Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Buenos dias. Grand rising. Aloha. Bonjour. Get up, 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 get up. And yesterday I kept saying B Angie B. I just meant Angie B. Had to do my research again. There she go. Like I said, she kill off everybody. When I looked online and I saw who B Angie B was, I said, no, what are you doing this song? So I'm sorry, Sunrays. Like I say, that's one of my talents. Your boy got a bottle this morning, so yeah, that's what he wants to do while I'm on this good thing here. But again, good morning and grand rising. Sweetie. So like I said, he want to do this while I'm on. Ugh. But good morning again, and happy Monday. Wow. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, before I was getting ready to go, you know, we're on, and then my father calls me with his foolishness this morning. I love my dad, I really do, but men are so difficult. Yeah. Look. Good morning, family. Good morning. I changed that get your ass up this morning to get up. Yo, Angie Stone. Yeah, so like I said, I did my homework. Sorry, B Angie B. I didn't mean to kill you off. I'm always killing off somebody. I say that all the time. But just Angie B and then Angie Stone. But yeah. 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 And yeah. So on today, and good morning again. On today, I wanted to talk about something that is really crazy. I know, you just got finished performing. That be the thing, like you was just doing what you love. You was doing what you was called here for. Like you was doing it, and yeah. So, yeah. So, on this morning, this is like one of them. Why? It's like one of them, almost like the why. I know. That's the crazy thing. You was on the road on your way from, I think they said, Alabama back to Atlanta. Like, and nobody else. Nobody else. Usually that happens in like them drunken car crashes, right? That everybody died except for the drunk driver, like that kind of thing, right? And then when they wake up to find out, that's something that you gotta live with the rest of your life too. But I'm sure them people that was in that Sprinter with her are like devastated. Excuse me. So I just want to lighten it up a little bit, but on today, like I said, I just wanted to talk about one of those why subjects. So let me say this. I shouldn't say why, because I guess everybody could ask that question, whether it be male or female. So I'll start there. Morning. It's I want to approach it the right way, so y'all just gotta, okay. Men's and women's, we all do a lot of the same things when it comes to vanity. I'll say vanity. Yeah, vanity. And as far as appearance is concerned, people want to be at their best. When men get older, some men gray. Some of them don't appreciate coming into that. So what they do is like them just for men. Or sometimes the bald thing is good. And then I was telling y'all the other day about like the Stevie Wonder or the George Jefferson. You know, you nothing. Your whole roof missing. Your whole roof missing. But you got the little accents around the side. One question I wanted to ask was with the men, just for men. Ladies, if you husband, man, whatever, he left that morning, or you left that morning, whatever the case is, y'all spoke to each other on the phone if you don't live together. Later on that day, you speak to him again, video. Or you even see him in person, whichever. And he done just for men. How are we feeling about that? Is that and then with women, I'm gonna go on the other side. Some women don't mind being bald. Shout out to them though. Me, if I didn't have a lot of people telling me what to do, and it's not, I mean, I'm grown, I could do what I want. But if I love me a scalp. I love me a scalp. To do this right here and feel scalp, oh, that's bliss for me. The bald thing, my head is too little. Too little. You know, I would always feel like the end of Beetlejuice. That dude had this big, and then the body. I would always feel, regardless to how big or small I am, it always to me feels like my head is extra small. Like wigs don't fit, hats. Like I'm really doing a lot of children things when it comes to my head. So yeah. Yeah, and a lot of my friends that I know that have little heads, we all suffer from the same things. Like you buy grown folks wigs and you might have to like adjust it, fold it over and be sewing and stuff. Like who does that? My ex went in the bathroom with gray in his beard and came out with jet black magic brush, and I was like, right. So sometime talking to a guy. I mean, anyway, and you was one thing, and then the next morning you went to work and you was something else, and then you called me on video so I could see what you look like. But then you start telling me about how all the ladies, and because at first when you call, it takes you aback. Cause wait a minute, what you got going on? I think a man with like that salt and pepper look is very distinguishing. That's just what I think. A salt and pepper look is very distinguishing. It's not stating that. I mean, some men can go all gray and it be like, okay, good morning. Look, okay, good morning. A baldy is definitely in. Like the bald thing is absolutely the shit. But I'm in general, let's say. Right, and that's even like with the beard and the goatees and all of that. Like I say, I'm not one for the blade. Like this thing here, I cut this off and just keep that out of, or the little piece. No, thank you. But whatever it is, it could be, like I said, some men could rock a baldy if, you know, they notice that things is not going on upstairs. Some men, if you, depending, you might have to just keep it low. Yeah, because if you bald it, you might rate it E. Yeah, I wouldn't want you to do that. And then, even speaking of that, like the thin end and the whatever, women have options to fix thinning, right? There are also a lot of remedies that we can use. There are some people that could put some stuff together, some potions and things, and get that hair like the joint. Some of us might have to pay for it, you know what I'm saying, as far as going to people and seeing what we could do as far as getting it done. Some people have the recipes at home. So again, it all depends on how it works for you, right? But oh, okay. So as far as hair, now I did see where these men are going and getting the little things put on, you know, and flat tops and all of that. That's almost like a wig or a weave, right? And if you feel that that's necessary, that's fine. But just make sure it fit along with what you got going on. My grandmother is 100. And one of the things that she said to me and her, we were talking about this, me and Trina were talking about this the other day. When my grandmother got into her, I'm going to say mid to late 80s, she stopped coloring her hair. Because she said, how is it that people that's in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, their hair gray, and here it is, I'm old as I am, and my hair still dark from the root. She said they know that this is not my hair color, so I'm just gonna stop. And when my grandmother never liked like that, because she always said her hair wasn't great. It would go straight silver. Some people are not comfortable with that. Now, I don't know if it's because it's a sign of age, right? Or some people just don't like that look. Shout out to, I'm going to go with the last name was Boyd. T. Boyd. She was salt and pepper since she was a little kid, I believe, or very young. And always rocked that. Had gray hair since she was a young girl, and always, like, yeah. There was another young lady I knew did the strip, like the Alexandra strip, and my sister said that's something that she would always think of. I know a lot of people who wanted gray. I was saying that too. I had a dream the other day that I was all gray, and I was like, okay, so get it. But again, I don't know too if that plays. So basically, sharp left just really quickly. A lot of times when things happen with us, especially, let me sit up because I'm acting like I don't have no trainer. A lot of times when things happen with us, especially with our hair and our appearance, the first thing that we go into is, oh God, I'm getting old, and it is a sign of age, right? And a lot of times we don't embrace that because it's something about us that we feel that we might not have completed, we might not have accomplished, and we don't want to face the fact that I'm getting older. Right? But unfortunately, we don't have any control over that. So you have to live as you are. Good morning, good morning. If you have gray hair, rock that gray hair. If your roof missing, now as a lady now, if your roof missing, you got a lot of you got a lot of avenues as a woman of how you can fix that. You have a lot of avenues as a woman how you can fix that. And like I said, with us being so versatile, we could rock a baldy, and I mean a slick ball. You could keep it real low Caesar, a crop, I mean, a low fro, you, as women. Now, but again, like I said, we're not gonna never do roof missing and Stevie Wonder. Once you get to that point, just let it go. And again, sorry to tell you that you're getting older, but unfortunately, it is what it is. A lot of times, like I say, we don't like to come into it doesn't have to always be that hair either. When you wake up in the morning, every morning, you'll get a new pain and be like, well, what the? And I didn't even do nothing. I ain't do nothing extra. I didn't do. So we have to get that. This here should always be a reflection of our inside, right? I understand that our age, right? I told y'all before, none of us look like what we supposed to be. Again, what is somebody in their 50s supposed to look like? What is somebody in their 60s or 70s supposed to look like? That's like somebody telling you a parent manual. We don't have that. Nobody has that. Be proud. Always be proud. You have the ability to change what you look like. Some people not even here. How about those people who, again, you complaining about your gray hair? What about people who lost their hair and ain't got none? Let's think about too. Again, vanity is one of them things that'll definitely keep you insecure, which then turns into, let me color my hair, let me change the way I look, let me do this, let me do that. Still wasn't completely good. See, that's good. That means that runs in your family. But let me ask: was she blonde? Was her hair like yours? Because if that's the case, then that is y'all what you call them. I think y'all great different. But we have to embrace the age thing. We have to embrace that. Again, things are not going to fit the way they used to fit. We are not going to be able to do some of the things. Really? Okay, go y'all. I want to be down. Like I say, let me take that back. You tried it. Nah, I'm good right now. Like, I'm okay, right? But I do want to try. I don't want to force myself, but I want to try. I'm a song time. 2009 surgery on my spine. Okay, so 2007 or 8. See, remember I told you I got a word play in order to remember stuff. So 2009 surgery on my spine. And I remember Vera now. Vera and Quick. Yeah, I remember V. I'm going to always remember that name now because, again, V, I'm not going to do the V part, but era, right? Era is for that time period of when they was doing all of that foolishness. So I'll always remember Era and Vera and Quick. Yeah. Okay. But, yeah. Now, see, I forgot about my song time because I done did all of that. But the point that I'm making is I want to... Oh, I know now. 2006, lies. 7 or 8, I had one gray hair. One. I used to argue and fuss, and there was things that weren't going well in my life, and I wanted to, right? And I noticed that hair didn't go nowhere. It was strong and wrong. And right there, just right there. I'm not going to tell y'all I got rid of the problem and the gray hair went away and never came back. Oh, that's what had happened. So I'm good. I do not want any early signs of stress. Because for me, that's what that was. It wasn't oh, I'm turning. It was, oh, girl. Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing, y'all. Be careful. Be careful, be careful. Stress will make you lose your hair. Stress will turn you gray. Stress will take you out. Careful. So, the point of today, like I said, is a lot of times we get upset about, or not upset, a lot of times we try to alter who we are because we don't want that, oh God, I'm getting older, right? It's your age is how old you are, but it's all of this from the inside that has you and let me tell you why, Lisa, because you say it with your chest. Let me tell you how many people. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's so many people that be like, yo, you don't look like that. Like, you look like you them kids age. What's your secret? I don't stress nothing. As soon as something seems like it's getting ready to, well, like I said, I'm gonna take that back. Don't forget, my stress goes here, right? And my stress is my ulcers, right? But outside of that, I mean, again, I'm not a worry or a fretful person. When things do bother me and things do worry me, like I said, you would never know it because it does it here. Sometimes my eyes do show it, like this morning. Yeah, my father's just, I love him, trust me, but like sometimes he be like, yeah, but that good book say honor thine. Honor thine. So wigs, toupees, these are things sometimes that we use to alter our appearance. But it shouldn't be from age. We're all going to get older. That's inevitable. Unless somebody makes some kind of magic pill that we could stop where we are. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Yeah, unless they got some kind of... And I don't even want the reversal. Keep me where I'm at. You say. I'll stay right here. Because, yeah, I'll stay right here. We have to embrace, again, age. We have to embrace our looks. If there's things that we want to change, especially that. Like, that was something to me. I believe that... Why aren't you happy with the aging process? Like I said, the pain part, that should be the most important for you. Because as you get older, then pain, like I said, but then again, if you take care of yourself, right, you'll still have pains, but it just won't be as much as others. Yeah, every day you gonna wake up with something and be like, oh, say word, or you'll be walking and get a ooh word, say word. Look at these people who are like in the best of health, the pictures of health. Like I said, Jack LaLanne, Elaine Powers, Lucille Roberts and all of that, and then wind up with all kinds of, because that's just what it is. Water is something else too that I realize is a major part in why people aren't looking the way that they should, right? I'm not gonna lie. See, I be, listen, I might have my little pet, and proud of me, I don't have a Pepsi can in here. Not a Pepsi can, y'all. Yeah, because I'm trying, right? But like I'm telling you, it's a trying thing when you are used to certain things. Like I say, I'm used to caffeine. So caffeine, even when I was younger, like caffeine always had me like, oh yes, right? I'm already a high strung person, so the caffeine just takes me to another place, right? But I know that water need to be something that follows that up. Oh, family. Okay, so let's start. This is a sidebar too. Yesterday I ran into, well, it wasn't a run into. Yesterday I was surprising some of our family. So we all know that a lot of our family is part of that VZ group, right? So I went yesterday and I met some of our VZ family, right? Some of our family at the guitar. I told everybody, I said, apparently that's going to be our meeting place. Excuse me. Y'all ever come down to Florida, get to this guitar here in Hollywood. You get to Hollywood, I could get to you, right? But Renee Norman, and Voni. I saw my Voni yesterday, y'all. We went and we reminisced about your girl acting stank like we did it all. We did Shonda time. Like I said, there was this girl that used to work in the office. The time we all got off was 4 o'clock. Shonda time, 3:56. 3:56, Shonda was signed out and on her way out the door. Shonda, it's not 4 o'clock yet. She said, no, but it's 3:56. Shonda time. Woo woo. Yo, we laughed. Oh my God. And she looked so good. I didn't know she lost her husband though. So Y'all just keep her in your prayers. That was the first thing that I asked about, was her husband. Yeah. Because she, like I say, she was one of those older women on the job that used to always give advice about marriage, and been married for like eons. That's why a lot of times you try to listen to people that are in those situations so they can help you out a little bit. You and your mate, y'all could be cool, right? Y'all could be best friends, but y'all don't have to be on top of each other all the time. Like, lives, I love those couples that do things together, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, definitely to hear that was very, it wasn't I wasn't, of course, happy about that, because like I said, to ask you a question and not even know. So again, just keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Like I said, she was in good spirits, right? A lot of times. And again, her thing was, I just needed to get away. A lot of times people just need to get away. Thus, here I am. Here I am. So like I said, y'all get to Hollywood, I'll get to you. Definitely will get to you. So again, hi Bonnie, hi Renee, and Angie. And I didn't see Angie, but small story. Everybody meets a person in their life that'll say to you, "You remind me of me," and they'll take you under and tell you things that you shouldn't be doing. Yeah, and Angie was one of those. She was like, "Girl, Sonia, come here." Look, Sonia, come here. Mm. I'd be like, "What? Come, Sonia." Yeah. And then later on in my career, I got me a mini me, and I went in there and was like, come here. Come here. And I call her Minnie. Because she, the mouth. And then when I came back, I used to try to tell her, look, she said, no, that's you. You changed. You changed. Not me. Yeah. But I mean, she's cool. She's cool. Like, my Minnie is, look. But so going back, like I say, we have to embrace we getting older, right? Whether it shows in our hair color, the thinning, the missing, it is inevitable. I don't want somebody that leave my house in the morning, salt and pepper, and come back like the father from the Nutty Professor. Do y'all remember that? Again, I'm gonna always lights, camera, action. Remember, we always gonna refer to somebody movie. So in the Nutty Professor, when the father went in that good refrigerator and drank that good formula, and then went in there with the wife thinking he was getting ready to romance her, and she was Cletus, right? Who are you? Get out of here! I want my man. I'm cool. So basically, since you look like that and you not satisfied with you, are you saying the same thing about me? A lot of times that y'all can't be mad at the next person for feeling that now you feeding their insecurity. That's them energy. But and if it's an overthinker, if the other person is an overthinker, you got a lot of explaining to do, Lucy. Yeah. Be happy with what you got going on. Like I said, there's some people here ain't even growing. There's some people not even here to grow hair anymore. There's some people, again, don't have the option of combing hair or brushing hair or coloring hair. I'm not saying that we can't do things for vanity, right? I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, don't let vanity, right, be the drive for everything. It's inevitable. We're all going to change with age. If it's something, like I said, the stylist of the people, the stylist of the folks who's missing and still getting done, they need to be fired. There's no reason why I got money and I'm walking around like that. And a lot of their baldness be smooth, like they would have the perfect baldy. Some folks. And the same thing, like I said, with women. With women, it's a little different because Like I said, we can do it all. I wouldn't want my man to be bald in the morning and come home with no no hair. Like, she loves you, yeah, 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 yeah. I wouldn't. Don't do that. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. I'd be mad if I came home and you was bald this morning and hair. I mean, again, it's different. It's different, but I would be mad because that would definitely be showing more or less that you might be going through some things and you might need some therapy. You might need you a nice hugging jacket. Could you imagine? But like I say, as far as age, ladies and gentlemen, the colors, right? Our skin is a reflection of that too. So when it comes to a lot of things with aging, we have to learn the food that we eat. And with that hair, especially, the food that we eat, some of the things that we're drinking, some of the things that we're not drinking. Good morning, good morning. Somebody sold me, I'm going to go with this, it's black seed oil. I got my hair cut and I was walking around the mall and this guy said, I'm going to give you something for your hair. Now me, I'm not doing, what am I putting on it? Like, if soon as you put something on it, it curl up regardless to what chemicals are in it. So why would I? And he's like, nah, you drink it. So there's something, I think horsetail or something like that that you can use. I don't know as far as the effect that it has on different people, but try, like, go on the internet, university tube, and look for like a lot of these. Now let's go back. It's not going to help the color, but it'll definitely help as far as your follicles, right? Look for different formulas and mixtures that you can put in that will stimulate your scalp. Some people, it just needs that, right? Some people, you need to some people could probably go to a dermatologist and they'll be able to tell you what's going on if it's something that just happened. Yeah. I know people who, as an older person, people, they get like almost like a cradle cap kind of thing. Excuse me. So that's something, again, with your follicles. And all you got to do is go someplace, they'll talk to you about it and try to straighten that out for you. Mane and tail. Yes. But there's a horsetail. I'm gonna go with horsetail. It's hair, nails, and bones, I believe, and thistle or thriss or something like that. There are a few herbs that you could throw together, and they supposed to do wonders. And again, that's for like loss, thinning, those type of things. But if it's the case that we are doing and making changes to ourselves because of the aging process, we got to stop that. We have to stop that. Again, we have to embrace things. I was looking at something the other day and I didn't want to go into it, but I'm going to like touch it a little bit, dip my toe in the water. When we were younger, older people would look at us, and this would be both men looking at boys and women looking at girls, right? When we were younger, older people would look at us. Now, as far as with younger girls, depending on what you look like, an older woman would look at you with disdain. Like if you were one of those that you had a nice body and you might not have that much clothes on, or if you were a little thicker and your clothes fit you a certain way, or just a lot of times anything about a younger person to me seemed like would tick off or turn off an older woman. And then the same thing with like men. You have that older dude that, you know, he used to be it and that guy and that whatever, but then now you have this younger dude that's around him that, you know, you might be a little bit more like especially, let's say, in the realm of playing ball or even racing or whatever it is that y'all do. This younger person has a little bit more stamina. This younger person is doing things a little bit different. This younger person still is able to get in that game and do those things. And this older person sees them a certain way and starts looking at them crazy, right? We in them looking at the people crazy ages. And they looking at us like that too. I don't want to be on the same level with you. I don't. I mean, it's fortunate, and I'm not going to never say unfortunate. It's fortunate that a lot of us look like them and don't have to put effort into it. But you don't want to continue to alter yourself and who you are to try to fit in with a certain look, because eventually what's going to happen when you're not doing it? Remember I told y'all before about that movie with the witches was turning the churn into mice, right? Look at what happened when they didn't get the children, or they didn't get the potion or whatever. They turned into what? So now what's going to happen when you're not able to do all of that extra? You're not able to do the dyeing and the fixing and all of that and the makeup. What's going to happen then? Same thing with the men's. You wake up one day and you're not able to just for me, or men, or just for me. Oh, Lord. Yeah, you're not able to do all of that coloring. Then what's going to happen? How about you do things for you? What about the mate that you have? Or what about the person that you with? Or the person that might even like you? You might have just ruined your chances with somebody that like you because they were satisfied with what you look like. And why did you change? What's the matter? Is there some type of thing, something that you're not happy with yourself? Once again, that's a turnoff to people. When you put yourself down and you constantly browbeating yourself and not happy with who and what you are, trust me, nobody don't like that. People lose respect for you when you don't have respect for yourself. When you're not happy with who you are, people, how many times can somebody pick up dead weight before their arms start getting tired? So that's why I say the grays and the pieces missing, and with women, like I say, just a lot of things that we do to try to like alter or fix. Everyone can embellish. It's everybody. It's the alternations that is the problem. Now, I'm not saying not to dye your hair. Definitely not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, we know, like, okay, I love being a redhead. That my blonde days was very nice. I like those. I just would never go back there because it was just too much going on. And I say, when they say blondes have more fun, nah. I like being a redhead. That's just, I like that color. I love the color, right? So I'm not saying not to do that. What I'm saying is, when I'm 90, they know that I'm not a natural redhead. When I'm 70, they know I'm not a natural red. Now, you could probably get a little streak or something in there. That's cute, right? But you not, now, but then again, like she said, her grandmother, was 100, over 100, and she didn't fully gray. So some people might have that good, you understand what I'm saying? But in the case that you don't, like I say, you don't do all of those things, and then what happens? Death becomes her. Yeah, she said, no, that's a mitzvah. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, I didn't know. All right. Okay. All right. I thought, again, we got to see. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, thank you. Because we don't know. This was the only blonde with some of the things here. And then that sometimes I don't even have. Look, that's the thinning part. Yeah. Yeah. But like I tell you, we should be happy. Hey, because we should always be happy with who we are, right? Let's make sure that we're embracing who we are. Again, men, before you make these changes, talk to her. See how she feel. Like I said, the Nutty Professor was a perfect example. That lady was so mad when he came in there all changed up. She was mad. Angry. Because again, her thing was, although it wasn't about her, when you make alterations to yourself, sometimes that, and because of your insecurities, you make alterations to yourself, that other person might take that on, especially if it's an overthinker. When you think about that mother from the Nutty Professor, just go into her. Sherman. Hercules. she always was, right? So be happy. Because again, half empty, half full. Something to drink. Be happy with everything about you. There's, again, things that we might not be too ecstatic about. But like I say, look at the people who have not made it thus far. Look at the people, like I said, that, how about this? How about the people that was doing all of that all of the time and now they can't, and now you really see what they look like. That's the point that I'm making. Now they're miserable. Once you grow into things gracefully, it doesn't bother you because you've gracefully gone into it. When you have to be stopped and forced into something, that's a huge difference, right? When you retire on your own, that's one thing. But when you forced to retire, that's something else altogether different. Yeah. Yeah. So let's not retire ourselves. Let's not retire those numbers just yet. Again, it's okay to do alterations to a certain degree. But again, let's ask. Sometimes you might have to ask. Oh, now, don't get me wrong. Nobody don't need permission to do anything that they want to do to themselves. Trust me, I know people who waited till they was 40, 50, 60s, tattoos and piercings and all kinds of stuff. So that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, how about the person that you're with? You want to consider them, right? Because maybe they don't like a person with a bunch of stuff. I left my hair salon because the lady told me I should stop dyeing my hair. I was like, I've never done. Yeah, you got to. Like, mind your business, boo. Yeah. I would have took that someplace else, but I'm gonna leave it right there. Yeah. See, in a case like that, PPT, that couldn't have been me, because I would have, ooh. Then my kids would have really been taking the ghetto girl out of that place. Yeah. Uh-huh. But let's be happy, ladies and gentlemen, with who we are, how we're gracefully aging. Because again, like I say, I look at pictures of people from back in, like, and maybe this is the reason why people ask me that you're supposed to look a certain way at a certain age, right? That's why I tell you about them backhanded compliments like, oh my God, you look so good for your age. Stop with the for your age stuff. Yeah. So I was looking at like pictures from like ladies, and I'm going to say 50, 50s, 60s, maybe 40s, right? And they were, say, in their 50s, or maybe by the, they were older women, right? Their dress is what made them different. Yes, please do that. Yes, thank you for the morning. Look, for the morning. Okay, good. Yeah, okay, good. So you said it with your chest and some other pieces. That's wonderful, because that's what I would have done. Yeah. She still got it in her. She just be, way. Yeah. But we like I said, because we have to be happy with who we are. And again, it sometimes sometimes it's hard for us to be happy with who we are if we got things going on. Like, for example, me and this rum, like, it's getting there, but it's not there yet. So it's frustrating. And to me, I said before, with certain things, to me it becomes a sign of depression or being down when I don't do certain things, and it's because sometimes it's overwhelming. So I have to realize that I have to, like I say all of the time, Rome wasn't built in a day, and I have to stop and breathe and do things a little bit at a time. Now, of course, we all would love to have somebody help, but my help thing is, if I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, and somebody else is trying to help me, and they, trying to be nice and ask me, I wind up lashing out, right? Like, just give me a minute. So that's the only reason why, but when it comes to certain things, I learned to, like I say, embrace them, because I have no other choice. Like I said, serenity. I hope we all wrote that down or got that somewhere. Sometimes we could peek. Because that serenity means a lot. Trust me. This lady, oh, I don't say prayers. I didn't say it was a prayer. You go to an AA meeting, some of them are non-denominational, but it's a passage that they use to let you know some things you can't. Like, so you can't change it. You can't change it. So since I can't change it, I'm going to just go ahead and run to the bottle. No, because guess what? Once you get off of that drunken stupor, you still going to come back to the same foolishness before you was drunk. So, yeah. And just know that you can't do anything about it. Yeah. NAAA. I think, did I say NA? I don't know what I be saying sometimes. Sometimes when I be looking back at these videos and I realize, I be like, girl, that's not what you meant. But you be on a roll. Jelly, butter, butter. And one thing I used to say is mustard on the beat. Oh, I used to love saying that. And then when he got on the TV, he was like, mustard. I said I could do that now. I could do mustard, but I do now. Again, even with certain words, that there back in the days, you be mad. Now we all like, you see what I'm saying? But you still can't window and wall me. You still can't window and wall me. I won't take that. Won't take that. Nope. We will not. Yeah. And I don't care how good they say that's for the skin either. I'm an idiot. I know I am. But anyway, going back, like I said, let's embrace who we are. Regardless to, like I say, our graying, our thinning. And let's learn that if there are things about us, especially men's, when you changing, ask. Sometimes, just listen. She's happy with what you look like. It's you. And if that's the thing, maybe sometimes you need the reassurance by asking her so she can let you know you are fine, baby. You are fine. And I love you just the way that you are. You come home looking like that younger dude, like I said, you might get that same reception from that mama in The Nutty Professor. Why would you change? What made you change? Is it me? Men have to realize women are very sensitive when it comes to certain things. So sometimes it might be that come around like, wait a minute. She'll be covered around a mountain when she comes. Yeah, because now she don't understand what had happened here. It didn't have shit to do with her, but now she gonna put it on what had happened. Why would you do that to you? Is there something wrong with me? And ladies, again, if we want to rock those boldies, we want to, take it on down. I talked to my people the other day. I talk to my kids and my peoples all the time about what I'm trying to do. Even my girlfriends, my sister. But because I'm a person that do my hair all the time and often and frequently, they know that now. My peoples, I say I'm getting ready to cut it all down and come all down. And the first thing that came out was, yeah, and you really think that that's what you're going to do and you like walk around here looking like a boy? So that definitely downed my Debbie, right? Because it's like, yeah, you're right. So that means now you're going to have to make up and all of that extra stuff. And then you know how you are with people looking at you. So that's where you going now? Then I had to think about that. Like, right. I tell people all the time, I don't mind you staring at me if I'm on the stage. That's what I'm up there for. But just to be people looking at, like I said, even with the little churn, I got a problem with that. So that's what he's saying. You don't want people looking at you, but you're doing things for people to be, oh my God, right? My dad, my kids, my dad is like, nobody don't like, he just don't like people with short hair. I think that's just him. And my kids just, why? Why would you want to do that? My friends know you do your hair too much, you change it too much. Why would you want to do that? And then why would you keep cutting your hair off to put stuff on it? Yeah. So those are my dilemmas, right? And a lot of y'all have the same thing. But I know several women that rock them low cuts, them baldies, them, and they bang. I mean, beautiful. But again, like you say, you have to keep makeup. You have to keep your appearance. And also, I guess it depends on like your persona, right? I'm a little heavy sometimes, right? I'm a little I'm a little Steve sometimes. So I can't be Steve with no low cut because, yeah, then I'll be really, yeah, yeah. Look, yeah. So those type of alterations, again, when we make those, ask. Sometimes he could say, or she could say, why don't you try this, babe? Why don't you, you know what I'm saying? And see how that works for you. You never know. I'm telling you, it's better to ask than to do these things, and then afterward you're going to be upset because that person now doesn't accept what you did. And it's not about the other person. Like I said, it's about you, but take them into consideration. Y'all together. Once y'all together, that's y'all. It's not just you. It's y'all. Right? So remember that. We love you. We love you regardless to what you look like. Some people, like, what they call it, down to your dirty drawers. Right? That's how some people are. No matter what you do, they'll love you, but they want you to be happy with you too. Everybody wants you to be happy with yourself. No need to make alterations unless it's something that you're doing just for the moment, not something that you're doing because you feel I need a change because I can't deal with how life is taking me. You get like or where it's taking me. You're gonna get older. It's inevitable. We all do. And it's up to you. Like I said, get them waters, get them vitamins, keep moving, stay active. That helps too. We can't expect to have these young bones and young joints and young everything, and we sitting down couch potatoing. I was telling my people I want to do pickleball. And the look that I got, but I understand. I can't pickle. I might be able to do it, but I just got to be careful with this because again, like I say, one false move. Yeah. So I already know that the stages of that is not a pleasant thing because this tells me not every day. It tells me when I'm not doing right, and it tells me when I'm not active that I need to get more active and start doing right. Like I said, the vitamin, the waters, the activities. This here is sometimes hereditary too. It also has to do with stress. Thinning, graying, a lot of that is stressful. So if you notice that there's a lot of people in your family still got a bunch of hair and you don't, you got to rethink it. That's something you ain't doing right. So again, gentlemen, ladies, we don't have to just for men and we don't have to, put on all of these colors and things because we should be happy with who we are, with how we are, with the aging process. It's inevitable. Everybody likes that change. If you've been the type to change throughout your existence, then no, it's not different, right? If you've been the type that has changed throughout your entire existence, like me, example, people will see me on Tuesday and Wednesday be looking at me all strange, like who is that? I was in an office. I left the Queens office, went to the Manhattan office. First day there, I look like a regular person. And when I say regular, no hair, no nothing. I just went in there, just me. Hair brushed back in a ponytail, regular, just regular. That's who I came in that day. What's the name? It was almost like I was casing the joint. I was the cat burglar. I just came in to see what was going on. Then the next day I came to work at who I was. I'm not coming in here to, just in case it was one of those hostile environments. You want to make sure that you can take care of yourself or whatever. That place there, again, Peyton Place always has a lot of things going on. So you just wanted to make sure you was in a safe zone. And once I got there and I looked around and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Next day I go to work and I got my hair done and I'm looking regular and I'm good morning. And they people looking at me like, who is that? And I'm like, the same girl from yesterday. They were like, no. I said, oh, get used to that because I do this often. They were like, are you serious? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I said, people that know me for years know she'll take braids out Monday morning and she'll have braids Monday morning, take them out Monday afternoon. Monday night, she'll be bald. And then by Wednesday, she got long flowing red, blonde, green, whatever. Not green. That's, exaggeration. But you get it. But that was me. So if you're the type of person that you've changed throughout your existence, that's fine. Again, same thing with fellas: ball, high top, low fade, asymmetrical. If you was one of those type of people expect that from you. You could do that your entire life. But if you've been that one person that did the one same hairstyle, you always been the same type of person, you got that same haircut with the same little part or whatever, and then one day and you're gray now or whatever, and then the next time you pop out and show them you all black and all of this is, yeah, they're gonna know that you in that crisis mode. So that means you're not embracing. I can't shut up. Yeah, well, yeah. You're the same girl. Your eyes was green yesterday and today that too. I want to get me some gray contacts. I'm just afraid. Not the same girl. Yeah. You not the same girl. Yeah. I want to get some gray ones though. For some reason, every time I look in the mirror, I see like a charcoal or a smoke gray. And I want to try that. But I want to try that not here. Look at me. I want to try that not here. I want to be someplace that I don't really have to be seeing, because sometimes them contacts you can't really see. Yeah. I don't mean it that way when I say can't see. I just mean like it's like these lashes. Like sometimes they could put a little shadow, and I want to be someplace that it doesn't matter. As long as I can see and I'm not really like trying to read or whatever, I'm good. Yeah. So again, like I said, let's embrace it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's embrace the age process. Let's embrace ourselves, because it is what it is. There's nothing that we can do about any of that. Like I said, the change in hair color, change in hair, like again, balding. I want to bald bad. I have a cousin who's wanted to bald me since I was a little kid, but the problem with that is I decide that that's what I want to do, and then the people don't want to talk to me no more. Then I wouldn't have no friends, and definitely no children and a dad. They already told me they would disown me if I did that. Like they don't. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's that serious, but for some people, it's like, my dad was like, please don't do that. And like I said, please pray for him, because this morning, right before I got on live, we was getting into it, and I told him I got to get off of here. I got to calm my nerves. I got something to do. Y'all know I got a job. He said, really? Dad. He said, I keep forgetting you do the lives. Yeah, but he don't even, he had a Facebook account. He don't. Mm-mm. And I guess if I got on here and talked about him so much, the whole feed would be shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. That's where you would see the whole thing. Yeah, so we wouldn't want him on here anyway. Y'all would be dying though. Yeah. And he's another one doesn't accept it, because he wants to get out and bowl and all kinds of stuff. Like I told you, after he had the pulmonary embolism, he got out, and like the next couple of days out of the hospital, he was out there mowing lawn, and you know what I'm saying? So he's another person that just won't slow down. Just won't slow down. Yes. Shut up. He calls me to tell me, I'm getting out on Wednesday. I need this, I need this, I need this. And I'm like, okay, but my stepmother already called me and said he's going to need help. Now what? I works. Yeah. So it's about making arrangements. As my mama used to tell me about with my older boy, make arrangements. That's what I got to do. So now this is my older boy. I got to make arrangements. I wish I knew somebody that was down here that really didn't have much to do, and they can just, rock with him. But it would have to be a man, because I don't think my stepmother would appreciate no woman, unless that's her job, in there bathing and touching and carrying on her husband. But that's just me. So again, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, let's embrace this aging thing, right? It doesn't matter about the grade. It doesn't matter about the thinning. If it's missing, get rid of it. Like, embrace that part, right? Like if it's something that you notice that you that's altering your appearance and you don't like the way that it looks, don't change it so drastically to where it's almost like, okay, yesterday you had long gray, or you had, a high gray with, the roof missing, and today is low, and you got all this, you got hair down to here, is low, and it's brown. Yeah, that's gonna be like, what's going on with you? Look, what happened? You got somebody that's going to beauty school and they needed to use you as a muse or something? Because that's where I would go with that. What happened? You okay? Look, what happened? You okay? A lot of people, like I say, if you're the type that change up different, and that's what you do, that's fine. But let's not alter ourselves to try to, let's not change things to try to alter the fact that we're getting older. Again, there's nothing we can do about that. We are. Look, we are. We am. I is. Nothing we could do about that. Let me see. Okay, so I'm trying. Yes. All right. So again, I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. Let's also remember, like I said, be you, embrace you, love you. If there are things about you that you're not happy with, it's okay. Everybody's not going to be 100% happy with themselves all of the time. We complain all the time about the things that we are or we are not. But it's the acceptance of it. There's a lot of things that we have to learn to accept. Thus, as I did state, serenity. Let's start making sure, again, like the girlfriend keeps saying, you got more days behind you than you have in front of you. I don't like that term and that saying, because that so drives you to the grave so quick, like, dang. Right? Ugh. The afterlife, I'm not really ready for that just yet. Okay, the way my bones crack and the pain I'm in, my hair should be white. Girl. We should all have that Alexandra. All of us. Yeah, because that's crazy. And I do believe Voni had that. I do believe back in the day, Voni had the Alexandra. I think her hair was dark and Voni had that natural. I do believe that. Yeah, she sure did. I do believe she had that. Now, again, I might be wrong, because, again, you know how I see things that don't be there and kill off the people, so, but I think so. Yeah. Child, but embrace your blonde, because, like I said, there's some people, and as long as we not running around here looking like Stevie, yeah. Like I said, his stylist should be fired. Even what's his name, Sherman Hemsley. He was cool because he was Georgian since the beginning. His roof was missing since all in the. He started missing. Oh no, it started with that circle in the back. I do believe it started with the circle in the back, and then it came forward. Then it came full fledged. But again, he ain't try to throw no hair on top of there. He ain't try to Rick James. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. Could you imagine? You got the hole and you got the little Rick James. Shut up, Sonya. Because to me, that's what they doing to poor Stevie. You got all this missing and you still got them things holding on. Anyway, I want y'all to enjoy the rest of the day. Happy, healthy, safe Monday. Today's Monday. Another day to cut a fool. Act. A fool. Look, act a fool. And it's my second day in. That's the whole thing. Yesterday down, today to go. Yeah, and then after today is 3 more days. Yo, when I tell you I'm stoked about this Sunday work, because again, it's just me trying to get back into the swing of things, as far as that, me trying to change my schedule so I can just push everything back to Sunday. And then the Wednesday, Thursday off is also going to be my because, excuse me, I'm not used to, again, it's just making an alteration. Once I make that, excuse me, I'll be fine. And Susan Taylor. Maybe sometimes that's what I started doing too when I started getting them to braid it to the side. Or, sometimes you got to do it to the side. If you still got a little something there, you do it to the side. So it kind of, because the, the, the straight backs be messing you up. They say the straight backs is what messed this up. Yeah. So we got to fix that too. When you brush and comb your hair back too much, they say that that's not good. Or you keep pulling your hair back or pulling it up, that's not good. So yeah, but we gotta, like I said, we have to learn that just embrace it. If you losing it, there's nothing else you can do about it. Just let it go. And my best Elsa, that's her name. I don't. How about got the good granddaughter? Told y'all story time real quick. Went to the good party. The granddaughter saw the girl. She didn't have a dress on. She told me to take the lady dress. Sweetie, we not going to jail. I want her dress. Okay. Hey, you'll be fine. Hey, you'll be fine. Dima, get her dress. No, little girl. Are you crazy? I say, first of all, us approach it. First of all, when Elsa got to have her pocketbook on at the party. So yeah, we're not gonna be able to take her dress, baby. That was the funniest to take her dress, Dima. No, no. But like I said, yeah. If this, and that's with anything. Oh, that's with anything. If it's not helpful, if it's not conducive, if it's not going to do anything for you, let it go. Let it go. Again, been so much cleaning up around here and things going in the garbage and things I'm surprising myself. But again, too, my grandmother used to always tell me, close your eyes. Close your eyes and throw it in the garbage. Close your eyes and do what you need to do. Because sometimes, again, watching it and paying attention is what's stopping you. Oh my God, because the first thing, oh God, like I said, this is it. I'm not gonna put my name, right? But this was my ID from the place that I used to work. They were like, you keeping that? Yes. This is memories. That was some of my happiest days. Why wouldn't I keep something that made me happy? I'm not saying that I'm getting ready to make no whole t-shirt or keychain, and I could probably do that. Anyway, the point being, I'm going to keep it because it made me happy, and I could put it. It's a card. So it's not, what space is that taking up? I know people, well, what do you need it for? You know that you work there, so what? I still got the t-shirts too. That's what I was saying too. My Halloween, all I need to do is get me one of them fake, I can go to the toy store and get one. That's what I'm going to be for Halloween. I'm going to be a cashier. I had the shirt and the little thing and my little cash register. Watch. That's what I'm gonna be for Halloween. Yes, I already got my who over there, and I gotta try to figure out. Back in the days, I told you I made my own belt. Right? I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that, but we'll work it out. Yeah. And again, it ain't all of that. But that's an original costume. Yeah, get that. Well, not really, but you know. All right, I got to get me my second cup before it's time to start. Got to take this guy outside. But I love you guys, and definitely thank you for tuning in today. Like I said, just wanted to make sure that we are embracing who we are and what we are. Just make sure sometimes it does come off as insecurity, and it does come off as not being fully happy with yourself when we have to make certain alterations, right? You have to embrace them. And anytime that things become hard, some things that, because again, they all talk about that crisis that people do, experience. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody that'll be able to help you. Sometimes, like I said, the person that you least expect can be one of those people that'll help you. Trust me. There's people that you can talk to, and they'll give you so many ideas and tell you different things that will make you be like, oh, wow, I never thought about that. And that's just to help you embrace and keep that serenity on repeat. Repeat. You don't want to do things again. Like I said, the nutty professor, the father. Just always remember that scene with him and the mother. Remember that scene, and that'll take you far. Because be satisfied, be happy. She asked him, you not happy with you, that means you're not happy with me. sometimes it rubs off. Remember I told y'all yesterday about that rolling off. All right. Enjoy the rest of the day. Like I said, happy, healthy, safe Monday. It almost looked like a crown. It's Monday. Okay. Enjoy the rest of the day. She's retarded. Happy, healthy, and safe. And like I said, we'll talk to each other tomorrow. And like I said, let's start embracing this, people, because we getting older. We don't have a choice. We don't have to look like it, but we should definitely make sure that we keeping ourselves together so we don't feel like it either. Enjoy the rest of the day, and like I said, thank you again for listening to my morning banter. And have a happy Monday. Don't hurt nobody. Try not to say it too hard with your chest, people. Yeah, we getting close to. Are we in the Lenten season? I believe so. I probably should have did something a long time ago as far as we'll talk about that some other time. But again, thank y'all for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Happy, healthy, safe balance of the day. And again, embrace in love and serenity. All right, talk to you later. Bye.